Hello and welcome to Dungeon Dining with me, the Dragon, Stale Rice. Everyone likes food, and everyone needs food, but sometimes, or in some cases a lot of the time, we're short on cash. We need a solution to feed ourselves. Well, today I want to show you all a way to make a homemade breakfast and dinner without breaking the bank. Today we're making meals using ingredients from the Dollar Tree. No! No! Now I know some people are wary of the Dollar Tree. However, you can find some stuff there you wouldn't expect. Now, I'm not going to Dollar Tree this time since the last time I was chased out by an angry mob on account of, being a dragon. So this time I'm sending somebody. Schmigo! Go to Dollar Tree and buy me stuff!
Schmigo must go to the store for Master. Master needs groceries for his video.
Oh, that little scamp. Now let me lay out the game plan for you guys. I'm making a breakfast and a dinner with 6 servings each. And everything we're using, with the exception of household staples like milk, cooking fats, and spices, are gonna all be from Dollar Tree, with one freebie within our budget. That budget of which being an estimated $10. So, from our Dollar Tree haul, we got ourselves some spicy Polish sausage, some Hungry Jack potato slices, a jar of bell peppers, which I'm surprised they had, a box of spaghetti, 2 packages of shrimp, and a loaf of bread. Forewarning, everything now from Dollar Tree is $1.25, and it added up to being $10.36. But that's because the soda was added. So that's just $9. We have an extra dollar to spare. So Schmigo went to Walmart and got me 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese for $1.86. So at $10.86, that's $10 but under 11. So that just about fits our budget. Fantastic. And now, let's get to using it. But before we start, let's remove the pause. So, first and foremost, we're making our breakfast. Now, this recipe was inspired by a particular grandma. There's a YouTube channel called Great Depression Cooking, where Clara, an old Nona, grew up during the Great Depression. And on her channel, she makes a bunch of recipes from her childhood. She has tons of great videos. May she rest in peace. So this recipe in particular is inspired by her poor man's meal, which is chopped up potatoes, onions, thrown in a pan with chopped up hot dogs, pan fried, with some tomato sauce. So we have here Hungry Jack potatoes. Wait, Hungry Jack? Give me a second here. Yeah, they're the Australian Burger King. They're both even red and yellow. I guess that lack of an S saves them. Now these potatoes have cheese. So here's a cheese packet, and that's gonna go. And we have here some potato slices. Now I have some water boiling. I'm gonna boil these for a bit. But I don't want them too tender. I'll strain them, then pan fry them. And what am I pan frying them with? Our spicy Polish sausage and some jarred bell peppers. And I'm going to serve all of that on some toast. Alrighty then, let's go. I'm going to let those go for a few minutes, probably about 5. Now in the meantime, I'm going to cook up some toast. And I'm doing that specifically in a pan. Now you can use a toaster, but this is also a nice method. I'm going to use 6 slices of our loaf of bread. I'm going to throw a knob of butter right in the pan. Once it melts down a bit, I'll be adding our bread, flipping it, and some more butter. Alrighty, it's been about 3 minutes. I think the potatoes are already ready. So add a slice of bread real fast. Let's pick that up. Turn on the heat, and I'm going to strain these. Now I have here our sausages. I sliced these up earlier, so let's add our potatoes. Look at those. Look at those. I'm going to give them a little toss together. So here they all are. And I'm going to mix them up with half a cup of our bell peppers. There we go. And for seasonings, I have here a blend. A teaspoon each of crushed red pepper, dry basil, garlic salt, and half a teaspoon of onion powder. So there we go. And optionally, black pepper to taste. Let's flip our bread. Look at that nice browning. Now Clara in her recipe used olive oil, which I'll be doing too. When I make dinner later, I'll explain why. There we go. About a tablespoon or 2. Now let's take all of this and throw it in this freaking pan. Toss that around a bit. Now personally, I like my potatoes nice and crispy. If you like yours softer, you don't have to cook them as long as I did. Now look at both sides of our toast. That right there for me is a perfect piece of toast. And by the way, I'm keeping my spoon in the pan. You should only do this if you're cooking with wood utensils. If you use plastic, it'll melt. although wood can burn, so keep an eye on it. You know what? I think we need some more peppers. I underestimated the amount of potatoes we had. So let's drain this water and throw in the rest of these. Now this will take a while longer, but y'all know what I'm doing, so I'll get back to you when it's time to play. Alrighty then, our food is about done. I have here our fried potato mix and our 6 pieces of toast. So let's get a plate, add a piece of toast, and cover that toast in some potato and sausage. And here we are. However, I'm going to cheat just a little bit. Everything not from the dollar store so far has been reasonable, I think. But I'm going to go off budget and add an egg. In my defense, eggs are typically staples too. So let's add that egg. And all I did for that egg was cook it in butter and cover it in some black pepper. So here we have our dollar store breakfast. Alright, now it's dinner time. And now using our shrimp, our pasta, and our cheese, we're making shrimp spaghetti Alfredo. Right now I have some water boiling, so let's add our pasta. And before I do so, I want to say, I'm not Italian. This recipe is not authentic, however, I do want to pay my due respect. And in doing so, I will not break apart this pasta. And watch it go. Oh, and I forgot. I have here about half of our loaf of bread, so I'm preheating this oven to 350. And I have here a mix of 3 tablespoons of butter, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a full teaspoon of parsley. Before I spread that butter mix, I'm going to heat up these pans. Both on medium! When these all go in the oven, they'll be in there for about 10 minutes, or until as brown as you want them to be. And here's our bread. Just gonna push this down a bit. And remember to cook the pasta according to the box instructions. So now I want to get to our shrimp. And surprisingly, the tails were still attached. So I cut them off. And to season them, I have here about a tablespoon's worth of lemon juice. And I have here a mixture of teaspoons each of garlic powder, onion powder, basil, crushed pepper, and Old Bay seasoning. So let's add that. Give that a little stir. And we have here olive oil. Now if this isn't a staple of yours, that's fine. You can use any other oil you want to. You can use vegetable oil or canola oil. But this stuff tastes good, it's healthy, and I associate it with Italian food. Speaking of which, do not add oil to your pasta water, because the sauce will run off the pasta. But you know, you can add salt. Now we're adding about a tablespoon of the oil just to cook these shrimp, because the bag says they already are cooked, so now we're just searing them. But first we turn the heat down just a little bit. So add that. Ooh. Also, the oven's ready, so let's add that toast in there. And I'll set a timer for 10 minutes. And there we go. And now our Alfredo sauce. So first we're making a roux, which are equal amounts of butter and flour, in this case being 4 tablespoons of both. So there's our butter. We'll let that melt down first. And we have here our 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And add our flour. Now this is very similar to country gravy, in that we're making a roux first, and adding milk. In particular here I have 2.5 cups of milk. So we're adding that slowly. Giving that a good stir. Incorporating that stuff in there. Incorporate that. Flip up our shrimp a little bit. So when this milk gets warm, we're going to be adding our mozzarella cheese. Now thankfully that 8 ounces gave us 2 cups worth of cheese. So our sauce will be plenty cheesy and creamy. And I almost forgot, let's add a little bit of salt to our shrimp. And maybe some pepper too. And we have here our seasonings for our sauce. That is a tablespoon of oregano, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. And to taste, some more salt and ground black pepper. Yeah, a good stir. Let that all incorporate. And the best way to know if your pasta is ready is to eat it. Okay, here we go. Okay, it needs some more time. Gosh, this sauce has me so excited. Oh, there it is. Aha, let's take that out. Look at those. Now, if you want to toast this longer, that's fine by me. In fact, I think I'll give these 5 more minutes. Also, we do not want to burn the bottom, so be sure to press your wooden spoon against the bottom of the pot. In fact, if you want to, you just turn off the heat right now. Because the pot already has so much heat to it, it's still going to stay nice and warm. And the same goes for the shrimp, in fact, so we're good. Right now, all we're waiting for is the toast and the pasta. So I'll get back to you all when it's time for plating. Alright then, I had our pasta drained, and here it all is. And I have here our plate and our toast. So first let's ladle in some pasta, add a little bit of Alfredo sauce, and now let's add a few of our shrimp. And I have here 2 halves of one of our pieces of toast. We have here our finished shrimp spaghetti Alfredo.
He really did it! He did it!
And there we have it. We made 2 meals for $10. And if you're not feeding the crowd, you have leftovers. Well, I don't think there's much more to say. So, in any case, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time in my dungeon.